Have you ever stared at the person you love and realized they're a complete stranger? Stranger who's been methodically dismantling your life, piece by piece, right under your nose? If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. It all started on a Tuesday, a day so painfully ordinary. I was planning our 10th anniversary trip, searching for flights to Italy, when I stumbled upon an old email. It was from a dating site Sarah and I had used a decade ago. On a whim, I clicked the link. Her profile was still there, and it was active. The photos were a recent one from her sister's wedding just last month. Another of her laughing at that little cafe on North Clark Street we loved. Her bio read, "Seeking a connection that makes me feel alive." I felt the air leave my lungs. We were married. We had a life, a home in Lincoln Park. What connection was she seeking? The humiliation hit me first, hot and suffocating. A few weeks prior, at a work dinner, her colleague, Mark, had made a joke. "It's better keep a tight leash on Sarah, Tom. She's a firecracker." Everyone laughed. I laughed. But his eyes, smug and possessive, lingered on her a second too long. Sarah had just blushed and squeezed my hand under the table. At the time, I thought it was affection. Now I see it was control, a signal to me, the clueless husband. My mind replayed every dismissive comment, every time she'd said I was overthinking things. I wasn't just a husband. I was the punchline to a joke I didn't even know was being told. Her behavior started to click into place, like a series of horrifying puzzle pieces. The late nights she claimed were work emergencies. The sudden obsession with her phone, which was now guarded like a national secret. She'd angled the screen away from me, a subtle, almost unconscious movement that screamed guilt. She started dressing differently, more daringly. "It's for me, Tom," she'd say, a cold glint in her eye. I need to feel good about myself. The Sarah I knew, the warm, open woman I married, was vanishing, replaced by this cold, defensive stranger. The real discovery was slow, a death by 1,000 cuts. A credit card receipt for a hotel I'd never heard of, a boutique spot down by the Chicago Riverwalk. When I asked, she'd spun a story about a client meeting that ran late. Then, a text message flashed on her phone while she was in the shower. It was from EM, just one letter. It said, "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you." My heart hammered against my ribs. I confronted her, my hands shaking as I held up the phone. That's when the manipulation began. She didn't just deny it, she twisted it. She turned on me with a chilling ferocity. "Are you spying on me now, Tom? Is this what our marriage has come to? Your insecurity is suffocating me," she cried, but the tears felt manufactured. She made me feel like the villain, like my pain was an attack on her. She gaslit me until I started to question my own sanity. Was I the one destroying our marriage with my suspicion? She was so convincing, so skilled at playing the victim. She and Mark, they felt untouchable. I saw them once laughing together outside a coffee shop on Michigan Avenue, his hand on the small of her back. They looked at me, not with guilt, but with a shared look of arrogant defiance, as if I was an inconvenience they had to tolerate. The breakdown happened on a Thursday night. She was out again, another work dinner. I was sitting in our dark living room, surrounded by a decade of memories that now felt like lies. The wedding photos on the mantelpiece seemed to mock me. I saw her smile, and for the first time, I saw the deceit behind it. I dropped to the floor, and I just broke. The sobs were raw, guttural sounds of a man whose world had crumbled. The love, the trust, the future we'd planned, it was all a mirage. In that moment of complete despair, something inside me hardened. The loyal, loving husband died on that floor. What rose from the ashes was someone else entirely, someone cold, calculating, impatient. My grief turned to fuel. I became a ghost in my own home, documenting everything. I installed a keylogger on our home computer. I recovered deleted texts and emails, a digital tapestry of her affair with Mark. I bought a voice-activated recorder and left it in her car. The recordings were devastating. They weren't just planning secret meetings, they were mocking me, laughing about my cluelessness, planning their future together, discussing how Sarah would handle the divorce to get the most out of me. I saved everything to a secure cloud server, creating multiple backups. Each piece of evidence was a nail in the coffin I was building for them. With my evidence compiled, I moved to the legal and social traps. I consulted a shark of a divorce attorney, showing him a fraction of what I had. Smiled. We drained our joint savings account, moving the money into a new account solely in my name. A move my lawyer assured me was defensible given the circumstances of asset protection against marital misconduct. Then I planned the final act. Sarah's parents were celebrating their 40th anniversary with a huge party at a fancy downtown hotel. Her entire family, her boss, her colleagues, everyone would be there. It was the perfect stage. The night of the party was cinematic. Sarah was radiant, playing the role of the perfect wife. Holding my hand, her hypocrisy breathtaking. During the toasts, I stood up, glass in hand. I started by talking about love, loyalty, and family. Everyone was smiling, nodding along. Sarah beamed at me. Then, my tone shifted. But sometimes, I said, my voice dropping. The people we trust most are the ones who betray us in the most profound ways. The room went quiet. I looked directly at Sarah, whose smile had frozen. I looked at Mark, standing near the bar, a smug look on his face. For example, I continued, some people use family celebrations as an opportunity to flaunt their affairs. I projected a single image onto the large screen behind me, a screenshot of her dating profile. The room gasped, and came another slide, a text from Mark. Last night was incredible. Then a photo of them kissing, taken by a private investigator I'd hired. Finally, a short audio clip from the car recorder played over the speakers, their voices, laughing about me. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Sarah's face was a mask of pure horror. Her father, a man I respected deeply, looked like I had physically struck him. Her mother burst into tears. Mark tried to slip out, but her brothers cornered him. The company he and Sarah worked for fired them both the next day for ethical violations, citing the evidence I anonymously sent to HR. She was disowned by her family, shunned by her friends. She lost her job, her reputation, and her entire social circle in one fell swoop. The divorce was swift. She got nothing. Her arrogance had left her with absolutely nothing. I sold the house and moved out of Chicago, leaving the wreckage of our life behind. Sometimes late at night, I wonder what became of her, this ghost from a past life. It's the last I heard. She was working a dead-end job in another state, a shadow of the woman she once was. The love I once felt has long since curdled into a cold, hollow emptiness, a silent monument to her betrayal. She built her new life on my ruins, so I left her with nothing but dust. The end.